Hello everyone, today I'll be taking you over the steps you need to get ACRE working within ARMA 2. This is for members of the RAMC who have yet to install it, or anyone else who's looking to get ACRE working to play ARMA with. To start off with, we use the Six Updater. The 6 launcher is currently being updated to work with Play with 6, but we're still using this older version, so if you download this version here and just set it up to run, this is one of the things you will need to get ACRE working quickly and simply. And you will also need to get Teamspeak, which is what ACRE uses. Just run that so that that's installing. For Teamspeak, you need to download that as well. Just install all of this. And that's all installed. You download Teamspeak there. We're using Teamspeak 3, and obviously I'm on Windows, so download here. Obviously you can't run multiple downloads all at once. Read this really quickly, because you know it's important to make sure you don't do anything illegal. Fill out that if you really want to, and wait for that to start. We'll launch the program just so that we can start downloading ACRE as well, and this client is also installing. What you can see here is the 6 launcher. What we want for this, what we want to install. Just ignore all of that. What we want to install ACRE is the Six Updater, which is down there. So we just click on that, and that will start up the Six Updater. We can close the 6 launcher for the time being, and we can also start installing Teamspeak. Now that that's installing, you must make sure that you press yes for multiplayer features, because you will be using ACRE in multiplayer games. There's not much point with bots since they don't really know how to make it work. Now that Teamspeak's been installed, you just bring it up. Teamspeak 3 client. There is also a Teamspeak 3 server, and then when you connect, I already have a server address in here because it saves your previous address you've connected to. So just use whatever address you need and put in the server password to connect. And once you actually have a game going on, that's what you need to be putting in. I'll just do a speed test on that just so it works fastest. Within Teamspeak, you might want to change your options so that you either have this change slightly so that it works better with your microphone. There's me speaking twice. Apply any changes that you have to do. I would not recommend using push to talk because that gets a bit difficult. There are lots of options which I'll let you go through within your own time, but connect is probably the most important. Server list can be useful if you have, if there is some sort of thing which you need to connect to and you just want to do a quick connect, but usually your group or clan or whatever will be providing that address for you to connect to. Here the speed test is still going on, so it's a bit slow. There we go. Now, to set up ACRE to work properly, you'll see here that you have on this left hand side a load of presets. There's the ARMA 2 vanilla and there's the ARMA 3 vanilla, and you have dynamic and take on helicopters, and there you see an ACE one, which is just the basic ACE installation. To get ACRE working, over here go onto the mods tab, and this is important how you do this. You scroll down to @ACRE, click and drag it into the @any vanilla A2 any vanilla, and that will put all of the ACRE files into the vanilla ARMA 2. Now next you need to clone the preset so that you've got it saved, and feel free to then go and change the name of this preset to whatever you want it to be. So I'll name it ARMA 2 ACRE, and that's all you need. That will save ACRE, so every time you come into the Six Updater, it's there for you to install. You need to make sure that your option for this is set to install or update mods, process BI keys, and launch the game. And that will launch the game with ACRE. It will also install everything and launch the game. You'll see that when it launches that, it will ask if it can use TeamSpeak or some programs like it, which is what ACRE uses. You must select yes for that. It will say yes because you need to make sure that you're running TeamSpeak as an administrator, and it will start to launch the game. Now that we are in game, it will load up, obviously. This may take a few moments, and once you've actually gone into the main menu, you can go on to the expansions and it will show that ACRE is installed and working normally. Here you can see you've got the CBA for A2, Operation Arrowhead, normal, J, ARMA 2 lib. Those are the 5 you need, and ACRE obviously. Next, you need to make sure you go into the options here, controls, and you need to scroll all the way down to push to talk and voice over net. By default, these will be set to caps lock, double tap, and caps lock. I changed this to mouse button 5, which is a button on the side of my mouse, just so that I can quickly press it if I need to for any normal games. But that makes sure that when you use caps lock in game normally for ACRE, it doesn't transmit both over ACRE and over the in-game normal chat. Now, when you start up TeamSpeak, you need to make sure that you run it as an administrator. So right click and go up to run as administrator. Sometimes it works without, but I prefer to make it work this way. I'll just connect to this. This is the RAMC, and it has the ACRE channel there working. So once I come in here, I can make sure that my server admin is set on. The leader of the group, the admin of the group, will make sure that this is all working fine within here, and you'll notice that it says ACRE loaded and initialized there. I'll load up the game quickly and just show you that it's working within a map. Okay, I am now in the game. I'll just load it up quickly. Here you can see it's normal ARMA. This is just within a normal RAMC training mission that the leader has made. The controls for, there's only really 2 controls for ACRE. You have the control Shift X, which brings up the actual radio. At the top you have the channel and the volume buttons. Left clicking on the channel will increase and right clicking will decrease, as you saw there. Left clicking on volume will increase it, right will decrease it. You'll pretty much always want to have your volume on max, however, because normally the game is quite quiet on volume. You can also change it by pressing these up-down buttons here. Mode will take you through the different options on a radio. You have these different controls here, which you can change about with pretty much everything. And you also have this current and new power, if you increase the power all the way up to 5,000 on this particular radio, that will mean that you can transmit and receive over larger distances. You have to make sure you press enter after you've done that, and you'll see the power has increased to 5,000. GR and escape don't really do anything, neither does Alt on this radio. The only other button you need to think about is Alt, Shift and E, which shows the radio list and the lower headset. Lowering the headset can make it very quiet, so make sure you don't do that accidentally, or unless you're actually in a situation where you need to be quiet. Raise the headset whenever you need to talk and use caps lock by default. As long as you changed your controls earlier, like I showed you, then you won't be transmitting over the voice chat as well, which can be pretty annoying because it will double up. As you can see there, it makes a slight noise when you hit caps lock and then finish transmission. Thanks for watching. I hope we'll see you all soon in games using ACRE properly.